Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, Sam, and everyone here for the opportunity to pitch. I just wanted to add one thing. I wish all the startups here at FFCON wild success. So I'm Michael Sikorsky. I'm the CEO of Copia Will Studios. Copia Will Studios is 8 months old. We've raised $4.9 million since January 21st, and we're looking to raise $1.38 million more. Okay, what is a Copia platform? It's a SaaS-based financial intelligence platform. It's for investors and families with complex portfolios. What is a complex portfolio, you ask? Well, it's one with lots of alternatives: private investments, venture capital, crypto, real estate, and many legal structures, trusts, etc. So one of our big standout features of the Copia SaaS platform is we're not about assets under management. We're all about assets under intelligence. We use modern machine learning techniques instead of humans and advisors. Okay, so I just want to connect you guys to the real problem. So let's meet Chris. Chris is actually the founding client of Copia. His portfolio is actually 55% alts. Let's dig in a little bit on what he actually owns. He has 8 venture capital limited partnerships, 15 multifamily limited partnerships. He's got 10 multifamily directs, trust, hedge funds, retirement accounts, crypto, art, operating companies, and multi-currency. But the big point at the end, he actually has 30 portals that he has to log into every single month. That means for him to figure out how his portfolio is performing every single month, he has to log into 30 different investment portals, download his statements to figure out what's going on. So before Copia, he used Excel to consolidate. He was always out of date, and it was error prone. With Copia, he uses Copia's assets under intelligence system. He's always up to date, and he actually received advanced features like insights on his portfolio. Let's dig into Chris a little bit more. So on an anxiety-inducing day for Chris, before Copia, he gets a classic email, the capital call, okay? Then what does he have to do with that capital call? The very next thing he has to do is forward it to his staff. Sometimes he processes it, sometimes his analyst processes it, sometimes a different stakeholder does. But the big work that comes in is reforecasting cash. And then everyone can imagine when you actually have a whole bunch of capital calls and you've invested in actually 22 alts that can give you capital calls, you don't want your cash sitting to the sideline. So of course, another one thing you got to do is check out your cash position. So let's now think what happens with Copia. So he gets an exact same email. He receives a capital call. Now instead, he gets a push notification to whichever device that he's on, or an email about that capital call. And automatically, our cash forecasting widget inside Copia automatically updates him, and he can actually see how his cash position is doing. So you can make decisions. So finally, no more anxiety for Chris. Woo. Okay, and we've just scratched the surface of what Copia platform does. If you look to the left, you've got the comprehensive dashboard. We think of this as Netflix for your wealth. You can drill in any kind of way that you want on your portfolio. In the middle, one of our features is managers. You can actually look at their performance. You can benchmark them. You can grade them. You can score them. You can actually see the real fees that you're paying your managers. On the right, you can even look at the correlations of your entire portfolio. One of the reasons people have so many alternative investments is to be uncorrelated to the market. But are you? We can actually answer. Now, just to make sure everyone gets it, we cover the table stakes. We cover the public stocks, the public bonds, all of that stuff. But the real magic is with the AUI focusing on all the alts. So we support crypto, art and collectibles, private equity, VC, multi-currency, all your legal entities. Okay, so let's look at the market. Let's look at the white space here. If you look to the left, you've got personal capital. It helps you with budgeting. It's got a retirement simulator. Really hard to add to your investments, really hard, and can't add the alts. Look to the right of the marketplace. You've got Adapar, used by massive family offices, institutions, and endowments, really targeted at the financial advisor and accountants. Copia is targeting the white space between those two. And just to give you a sense of scale, each 1% of market share that we achieve is worth 300 million ARR to Copia. And those segments that we target are growing. So Copia puts you at the helm of your wealth. It's modern technology, modern UX, and we meet you wherever you're at, from your iPhone to your iPad to your desktop to your watch. Our mission as a business is to simplify wealth. And let's look at the competition for a second. That's some of the competition on the left. You can see it's just another version of Excel. So the current solutions are so targeted at the financial advisors and the accountants, they don't target the wealth owner and the family. They actually have to charge by assets under management. So as your portfolio grows, you pay more for the software. They have a hard time giving you any exposure to your alts or doing those calculations. They use human, so it's error prone versus machine learning, and they've got legacy tech. And it's like going in a time machine. You're going back at least 15 years to look at the best competitor on it, and they struggle with the other platforms, including mobile, if they can actually pull it off at all. Our timeline. If you look at us, we have a Tesla-based strategy, starting with the Roadster, and then over time we want to get to the Model 3. So we're starting with the ultra high net worth, and that's the Roadster. And then as we onboard more and more clients, then our AI engines get smarter. We drop the dollars per insight and the dollars per ingestion, so we can eventually hit the Model 3 or the all investors. So far today, our sales pipeline is now 3.55 million in annual recurring revenue, word of mouth. We launched in the fall, and we currently connect to 11,000 institutions. Why now? Rise of the alts. 59% compounded annual growth rate is what's happening in people's portfolios for alternative. Wealth is transferring. $30 trillion in the next 10 years. The next generation does not want mom and dad's Excel spreadsheet. Key advances in machine learning. We can do SaaS versus assets under management for billing. And then why this team? We're battle hardened. I've been in technology for 30 years. My team's been with me for more than 10. We've had global #1 applications, including one neobank. We've even sold one of our businesses to Slack. We have world-class advisors. I'll just point out one, Peter Scuturo, former CEO of Citigroup Private Bank. And something I'm really proud of is our clients are investors and beta users. So 74.4% of the capital we've raised today has actually come from our clients. And we've been iterating with them on the platform for the last 8 months. We really want to do good. So we've set aside 1% of equity, 1% of profits, and 1% of time for impact investing as well. So just to sum us up, what is Copia? Financial intelligence platform that uses modern design and machine learning to bring all your investments, including alts, into one elegant view. Who do we serve? The ultra high net worth to start, going down to all investors. Key problem pain point, old tech, always out of date, many human hours wasted, and error prone, no insights. Business model is SaaS, remaining funding needs. We'd like to raise 1.38 million more dollars. Since January 21st, we've raised 4.9. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for Praveen. And love if you guys vote for us. It means the world to us.
Great presentation, Michael. And first up, look, I totally understand the space, and I totally understand it. We have we founded a business called Digit, which is you may have heard of or not, but it's basically a competitor to Adipar Market. But I see the opportunity and the opening and the challenge, no question. You've got a couple things that I would love to kind of dig in. One is your pricing model, and two is your acquisition model, sales and acquisition model, because those two things are going to be your biggest challenges. I'd love to understand. How are you pricing this relative to an Adipar or somebody else?
Yeah, so right now we're priced at $25,000 per year. So about a third of Adipar's costs, and we can deliver that profitably. Our go-to-market is in the beginning through a couple of channel partners. So we've actually got 2 channel partners. I can't name them yet, but they represent about 1.1 thousand family offices to start with. So that's actually our big win, I think. We just can't name them publicly yet because we want to press release it down the road when we launch or whatever. So we've got an audience of 1.1 thousand family offices to start with.
And Michael, is this a Canadian-centric business initially, or?
No, we're American-based with a Canadian subsidiary. So I'm based in San Diego. So we've got sales and marketing in America, and then we've got development design in Canada.
What when you think about the kind of customization of the software for the platform customer, like so at 25,000, how much customization or out of the box is this going to be? And then you have to integrate within their custodian partners or environments in any way?
Yeah, so we actually connect today to 11,000 institutions, and we have a whole bunch of direct connects like UBS Family Offices, US Trust, Charles Schwab, etc. And so for customization, there is no customization in that fee. If people want on the service side, we can customize it. One of the standout things that I didn't get into in a 7-minute pitch is we developed the whole platform with SDKs and APIs, so other developers can come in and add widgets to the dashboard. So our vision is over time, when people want very specific reports or very specific things that doesn't make sense for us as a product company, their developers just build on top of our APIs.
Yeah, no, I get the issue. Like my wife, like my situation, there's lots of moving parts, and So I've got this crazy spreadsheet, and my, told my wife, hey, honey, if something ever happens to me, go to the spreadsheet. And she keeps asking me, have you updated it, right? But definitely, I'll send you my information. You can reach out to me when you launch.
Yeah, I mean, just for fun, the origin story for me was after all my exits, I established my own family office, and I literally could not keep myself organized. It was a hot mess between all the investments. And actually, my portfolio is 65% alts. So I've actually got 10% more than Chris. So it's even more of a mess. Yeah.
Michael, what's the, you've raised the capital, you said about 3.9 already, and you're looking to raise another 1. Total?
Yeah, we've raised 4.9 today, raising another 1.38. We did a friends and family round at a pre-money of 9, and we have a convertible note at a $27 million cap with a 20% discount and a 3% interest rate.
Okay, and what are you looking to raise the 1.5, 1.3 at?
At that note, at that convertible note.
Okay. And you said you have a 3.5 of ARR, like in the pipeline. What's your actual onboarded customers and experiences so far?
We've only onboarded beta customers. So we've got 14 customers that we rotate through releasing the software to. We've charged nobody today. We're going to start charging people. We've got signed agreements from our pipeline, but we don't charge them until we launch in September.
So how have you been able to work through the kinks of perfect data, all the rest of it? Like, have you found that it's, getting the data right has been a challenge? What's your accuracy rates and such?
Yes, in the beginning, and then over time we changed to stuff like infinite precision on our decimal points, because we'll learn, for example, when we connect to a custodian, they'll have 4 decimal points or 6 decimal points, and we want to get everything to penny perfect. So we actually, for example, had to do a refactoring and move everything to infinite precision, so you could actually line up your Charles Schwab account, penny perfect, Wells Fargo, etc., TD Canada Trust.
Great.
And Michael, what's your ultimate exit, 3, 4, 5 years when this thing's, doing some big revs?
So, I mean, always a hard question to answer, but I have a vision. I've got a dream. I've sold multiple companies. I've been part of multiple investments. My dream is to build a public company. We want to hit at least $1 billion in revenue by 2028. So that's my vision. That's my dream. I'm 48 today. I want this to be my last company. I hope it's a heritage and legacy one that we can take public. Of course, there's many strategics lined up who can't solve the technical problems that we had to buy us if we chose that route, but it's not my dream path.
Gotcha. Okay.
Michael, why are you raising only 1.3 million? Like, what's the use of that proceeds, given you've already raised 4.9, to get to market?
Yeah, so we've only spent about 2 million of the 4.9. In our total plan, we want to have about 19 months runway for the 6 million and change. And then we're planning on starting our next round just in another couple months. So, and then on our next round, we're hoping to raise 20. Because when we currently map out the plan over the next few years, we can actually see what we need for capital needs. So we're just short 1.38 on the current note. And that's all we're raising on the current note, and then we're going to start the next round.
So the raise that you're doing is a safe note, effectively matching your existing. So it's not a new equity round, new pricing. It's just you're extending the existing safe note. Okay.
Yeah, the next round will be priced. Yeah, again.
Just to clarify, you said you've raised a bunch of money through potential clients. Like, so is that no dilution? Like, basically, it's like customer funded development.
Oh no. There are clients, and they've decided to buy the platform. But no, they've invested. So we've got dilution from that. So they're mostly family offices. And we even have, as an example, I can't say their name in public, but we even have one of the top 10 families in America, legacy families, that's using the platform.
Okay. Well, it's wonderful. Thank you for the great presentation, and good luck with the business. And let's chat down the road as a potential client.
You guys were awesome. Thanks for the great questions, and thanks for the time to present. Really nice to meet you, Praveen and Sam.
Thanks.